Hi, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today we're answering your questions, helping you guys with your ski shopping. I made a video over the weekend talking about how ski prices are going to rise, probably due to tariffs, and how they are already really low because everybody's stacked up on inventory, and how now is kind of like the perfect time to buy skis. That's still true, and I am going to try to help you guys with your questions while you're shopping for skis. Also, big thank you to everyone who used those affiliate links over the weekend. It meant a ton to me. It is, like I said, it's what basically allows me to be independent and not take money from ski companies. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to do it. I know it's like you're shopping, you're feeling impulsive. Oh, I gotta go click on Elliott's link. You don't have to click on that link. You can just click on any link through that shop and it'll kind of track you through. But I don't know. I really appreciate you guys doing that. It means a ton to me and my family, so thank you for doing that. Thank you for taking the time. And if you find something helpful from my video, please consider using those links again, or for the first time, however you want to phrase it, but I would really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get right into those questions. So the first question comes from Towhead25. Question for you, Elliott. If price wasn't an issue and you had access to both, what would you prefer for powder all mountain ski? The Black Rose Atris or the DPS Kaizen 112? I have the Mears Core for my ski with the kids and just have fun. I own the Atris and really enjoy it, but got an amazing deal on the Kaizen 112 that I couldn't pass up. Ooh, that sounds nice. I'm thinking of keeping the Kaizen, selling the Atris, and then getting a 100 with ski to fill the gap. What are your thoughts? Much appreciated, homie. Love the vids. Oh, I like the Atris. It's very sendy. I guess it depends if you're doing freestyle stuff. You need a 100 to fill the gap. Why not just keep the Atris and the Kaizen? Atris is only 104. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. What would I do? 100%, I would go with the Kaizen 112. If money was no issue for me, in general, I would be skiing on the Kaizen 112 given any other option. Just because I feel like it's very ergonomic. I like the way it feels. If it was me, I would be sizing up a little bit on the Kaizen, just because I know people say that with powder skis, like, oh, they're so splayed, you can go longer. And sometimes that's bad advice because the skis just end up getting really big. But in the DPS Kaizen's case specifically, they're very aggressively splayed. So what would I do? Yeah, I'd be like in a 190 DPS Kaizen 112. I love that ski. It felt so good on my knees. If nothing else, just to save your knees, I would go with the DPS Kaizen. I think it's a phenomenal ski. It felt so comfortable. The float was so good. If you are in an area that gets ice underneath, you know, be prepared to get pinged around. But I don't think you're going to take the 112s out on an icy day. So, I don't know. I love the DPS Kaizen 112. I love the Atris as well, but they're just kind of skis for different things. And, you know, the Atris is a fun powder ski, but it's very kind of aggressive and sendy, and I feel like the Kaizen is like comfortable. You can still be sendy with it. You can make quick maneuverable turns. It's a very expensive ski, but when it comes to powder, I've never felt a more comfortable ski and a more rewarding ski in powder. Yeah, I was very, very impressed with the DPS Kaizen 112. It's expensive, but it's a phenomenal ski, and if you have the ability to ski on it on a powder day, I would absolutely take that and run with it. As far as you replacing Atris, I don't know. You could probably get away with the Atris, at least for 1 year. See how that blend works for you, and if you're feeling a really big gap, maybe look at something like a Volkl Blaze 104, or what. I don't know. It just depends on what you need it for. I don't know what the 100mm ski is going to be doing, but that's how I would play it. Run the Kaizen 112, keep the Atris 104 for lighter powder days, see how that suits you, and if that doesn't work, replace it. I hope you have found that helpful. Thanks so much, and congrats on finding a good Kaizen 112 deal. That is awesome. All right, the original 1234 says, hey, I picked up some Bent 100 2025s at the beginning of the season because of your review. Thanks. Glad you like them. I never know. It's like, I picked these up for you. Well, what are you thinking? So I'm glad you like them. And was wondering how the Bent 110s would be in comparison to the 100s. I really don't feel like the 100s perform well in snow any deeper than 6 inches, and was looking at these for those 6 inch and above days. Would you recommend them for someone in my situation where I have a lack of flotation? In regards to mounting points, I would be on a 184, so there would be that one click back for me. Yeah. And even try your 100s, you might get a little bit better flotation if you are able to do one click back, assuming you have demo bindings. If not, don't worry about it. Anyways, thanks a ton for the video and keeping your reviews honest. Yeah, that's a tricky one. You have a bent 100, you like it, you're kind of using it as, you know, an all over the mountain ski, and you're wondering if the bent 110 will do that. If you find a good deal, go for it. I mean, the bent 110 definitely floats better. But in your case, it's a lot of ski. You might just go with the bent 120. I hate to say it because it's a lot of ski, but if your problem is flotation right now, if you have the ability to demo it, that would be perfect, but I know that not a lot of places demo bent 120s. If it were me personally, knowing what I know now, I would go with the bent 120. The bent 110 is great, but with the Horizon Tech on the bent 100, it's not enough of a gap that I feel like you're getting a lot of versatility out of your skis. You know what I mean? You get the bent 110, that might be the only thing you use. I don't know. That's the problem with these mid-width skis. The powder ski being just 10 millimeters width underfoot wider doesn't give you a lot of diversity. I don't know what kind of skier you are. If you're a pretty aggressive powder skier and you feel like you can handle it, I would check out my review of the bent 120. Check that out, see if that jives with you. And I think the bent 120 could be a fantastic complement to that. Because right now, the bent 100 and the bent 110, there's not a huge enough gap. There's definitely better flotation in the powder, but if you're just looking for a designated powder ski to round out your quiver, I just don't want you to have so much overlap that you feel like you wasted your money. You could do it, it would be fine, it would be fun, you'd be happy, but I want you to get value out of this, so maybe look at the bent 120 if nothing else. And then you can decide, okay, I do want the bent 110, but I don't know. Just so I can sleep at night, I'm gonna say check out the bent 120. If your main goal is just flotation, I think that you'll find that it's good while also being forgiving and maneuverable. It's hard to, like, bent 110 is such a good ski and so easy to recommend, and the bent 120 is really good. On my big powder days, that's what I'm grabbing from the shelf, but not something I could recommend to everyone. Like, I could recommend bent 110 to almost anyone. Bent 120 is a little bit like, okay, like, no knee issues, you're pretty aggressive, you're gonna, like, just flotation, you don't need the ski to do anything else. But anyway, that's what it kind of sounds like to me. I would at least do a little bit of investigating because I think that could be a really much more complimentary ski for your quiver. Thank you so much for writing in. All right, Revia4633 says Volkl Kendo 88 or Maverick 88 Ti for Big Sky, Montana. Now, I've only skied in Montana a very few times in my life, so I don't understand the environment that well or what the weather looks like or snow looks like, but the couple times I've been, it's fairly similar to Idaho, give or take. I know it's colder, so at least, again, the couple times I went. So take it with a grain of salt, but I'm going to go based on kind of Idaho information. Volkl Kendo 88 or Maverick 88. If it was the beginning of the season or the end of the season, I would go Volkl Kendo, or now it's the Volkl Mantra 88. If it's the middle of the season and you have fresh snow and the snow is fairly soft, I would go with the Maverick 88 Ti. I feel like it does better in kind of light, soft snow, powder, whereas the Volkl Kendo does great, but it does great on really firm snow when it's kind of icy, or really kind of swampy, wet spring snow. The Kendo totally outperforms the Maverick. But again, it just depends. Like, these are both fantastic skis, and one thrives in one environment and one thrives in another. So I guess just pick what the majority of the days are and when you want to go skiing. You know, I ski with my wife who hates skiing when it's really, really cold, but on a bluebird day she'll go out. So then it's like, okay, you're probably gonna want these skis because when it's warm the snow is like this. So just pick what time of year you care about or what snow conditions you primarily find yourself in and go with it that way. I love the Maverick. It's one of my favorite skis. It's phenomenal performance, great value, and same's true for the Kendo. The Volkl also has a pretty distinct ski style where the turn kind of gets initiated just a little bit above where your foot is, where I feel like Atomic is a little bit more towards the tip. So if that style doesn't jive with you, maybe at least try like a Volkl M7 Mantra or a Volkl Mantra 88 just to get a feel for it. But if it was like spring skiing like right now and I was going to, you know, Big Sky, Montana or somewhere here in Idaho, I would be bringing my M7 Mantra or Mantra 88. I think that those are phenomenal skis for those kind of environments or for that kind of season and heavy wet snow. And like I said, they're very damp too, so they do well in the beginning when it's a little bit icier and firmer. Pick based on where you actually find yourself skiing and what kind of conditions. All right, last question comes from John Aronson 5974. He says, have my eyes on these, but there are a lot of skis that will be really fun in 6 inches of cool fresh powder. Oh, that's the Volkl Blaze 104. Having said that, what ski or skis would be your choice when it's 12 to 14 inches of new snow at the resort? A ski that turns easy in the powder and still performs when it gets skied off later in the day or the day after. Oh, that's a good question. Probably, if money's no object, the DPS Kaizen 112. It's phenomenal. It's so maneuverable. If it's the day after, usually I'm hunting for those stashes of powder in between the trees, and the Kaizen 112 is so maneuverable. It's so soft. If it's really firm underneath, then maybe look at something else because it can get pinged around. But as far as powder performance and you're not worried about money, the DPS Kaizen 112 was the best experience I've had in powder this past year. If money is an object, I'm probably grabbing for the Bent 120 for the first day because I do love that ski. It is so fun to kind of charge through, you get first tracks. But day after, to answer that question, it is probably the Bent 110. The Bent 110 just gives you the ability to kind of get through the cross ruts better, to have a little bit of carving if you can't find good powder and you're going to spend time on the groomed runs. Bent 110 is probably the safer answer there. But day one of the 12 to 14 inches, yeah, I'll reach for the Bent 120. And then the day after, probably the Bent 110. But like I said, if money's no object, I'm going Kaizen for sure. So anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys found that helpful. If you emailed me and I didn't answer your question, or you commented and I missed it, it got crazy busy. Try commenting again or try emailing me again. I will try to answer and help as many of you guys as I can. I don't know. I know that things are about to get crazy with the tariffs and the prices, and I want to help you guys get deals, get good value. I know it's a weird time of year to be buying skis, and normally I'd be like, oh, maybe wait, but I do kind of think with the tariffs that you're better off just getting what you want, getting the size you need, and not waiting for the prices to go up, because it seems like there's a very high chance of ski prices going up for 2026. And I wouldn't be surprised, I've never seen it before, but this past fall, Evo lifted their prices up. If you guys remember the Atomic Bent 110, I had a whole video. It went down to $375 in the fall, and then they brought it back up to like $450, and they held it there all of October for like a month. And then somewhere like, I forget when they did it, somewhere in like January, February, they brought it back down to $375. I have never seen that in my life where they just bring the price up. And for the few people that saw my video right away, they were able to get a good price. But what that shows me is that they will raise the prices. For 2025 skis that don't sell, I would imagine if the tariffs come out and they announce that, you know, their $700 ski is now $900, they're gonna have no problem going, okay, well, it's $500 on sale, now it's $650 on sale. It's kind of, I'm using arbitrary numbers, and you know, a year ago I would have said, oh, they'll never raise the prices. The whole reason they do things on sale is just to get rid of inventory. I'm not so sure this year. And now that I've seen them raise the prices, and I talked with my rep about this, I was like, how am I supposed to make these videos if you guys just kind of go all over with the prices? And there's things out of their hands. I'm not blaming retailers, but I'm just letting you know, it's not sky's falling. Everything will be fine. Skiing is like a fun hobby. But if you have something that you know you like that you want to buy now, reach out. I'll try to help you answer questions as best I can. And let me phrase it this way. For me personally, if there's something I'm trying to get for next year, I'm buying it now. Something I want to review or something just gear I need for this channel, I am personally buying it now because in my mind, it seems like a smart move. I'll let you do what you want with that information. So anyway, that's the end of the video. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. Please, if you're buying anything, use those affiliate links. That's what allows me to be independent and be super honest with you guys. You can become a channel member and get your question prioritized. But as always, more than anything, just thanks for being here. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you feel like I didn't answer someone's question fully enough, feel free to answer it down in the comments. But as always, more than anything, thanks for being here. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.